And here is another story that I want to share with you. Again, this is to do with my moving out process, and this moving out process has been the longest moving out in my life, and the reason for that was I was gang stalked, right? I was gang stalked by a lot of people, and even people that live here were involved in this, my neighbors were involved in it. My landlord was involved in it, and these people literally made it impossible for me to stay here, so I had to leave. And I was obviously following God's instructions, and so I would be somewhere else, like do something, do my thing, stay on the purpose. And then when he would tell me to come back to the place, right, to move things out or things like that, then I would do so. And so I was in and out on like really random timings, right, because of the gang stalkers, because so that they can't figure out when I'm coming back, where am I, what am I doing, right? They were really confused, I'm sure, with my actions, right? And so this whole moving out process was a really, really long thing, and halfway through I stopped paying the bills because I, wasn't living here. And also, the landlord was my gang stalker, so I didn't even feel bad that I stopped paying, but also it was all orchestrated by God, the way that things were working out. And, it's very interesting because, the landlord, I learned that my landlord is actually a very manipulative, dark, narcissistic person, and she's an old lady, and for her it's very convenient to just pretend to be this nice old lady. But when you see who she really is, you'd be shocked. And I'm shocked even more day by day. And she knows that I know, and I even openly tell her that that what they did is wrong and all that. But she's still kind of trying to pretend that she doesn't know what I'm talking about, when she also gives herself away with like tons of other things, that she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And we talked with her once. There was a meeting that I had to have with her, and at that meeting we were talking, and she was like, oh, so now you can't do your thing, right? You must be really suffering. She was, speaking in that kind of manner. I'm like, whoa. She was obviously talking about the gang stalking, right? That I'm not able to, do like the concerts the way I used to. I was like, oh, but I'm actually doing my thing, I found, my purpose, and I said, I actually also released songs this year, like my own original songs. She really didn't like the answer. She was like, oh, really? And she didn't say like congratulations or anything like that. She was not happy. So how more obvious can this be, right? So things like that. And so all that time she knew I, was having something, even if, she knows the whole thing, right? But even if, say, she didn't know, like, a normal person would kind of offer help, right? Or say something like, is everything okay, at least? But no, right? She never did that. And so after that thing, like, some time passed, and I came back to move things out, and I, there wasn't electricity. There wasn't any electricity because I was gone, and I had to put it back on, and I had to, because, I'm selling things, and you need electricity to sell things so that you show that stuff is working, right? And so I had the lights on, and she was passing by the house, and she saw that the lights are on, and she's like, she was with someone, she's like, and I literally heard her outside. She's like, oh, look, there's lights. The lights are on, right? Lights are on. Can you see it? And some guy was like, yeah. And she, right away, she called the company that is lending, like, that's working with the contract of this housing, right? Right, where she was. And I heard everything that she was saying. And on the phone, she was like, you know, in this flat, you know, in this apartment, I see the lights are on. So you have the key, right? Can you please come and make sure the lights are off, because like the lights are gonna, you know, be on the whole time, and you know, then the breaker, you know, this electricity thing will go off, and you know, things like that. The thing is that when I came to this apartment, I saw that she was here, and she's also like talking to some other like company that is kind of securing her with the payments that are not paid, right? And they were in the apartment because the light switch was like on, right? Even though I switched everything off when I was going out. So, and I kind of knew that they were gonna go inside and check my stuff, and I mean, it's fine. Like, there was nothing to see here, you know, nothing like that anyway. And so she knew that there was no electricity. So if she saw the electricity, then she knew I was back. So she was right there manipulating that company that she doesn't know what's going on. There's just some random lights on, you know, can you please go and do something, you know? And I was like, oh, interesting. So I will see the company guy, right? And so the company guy did not come the same day. He came in the morning, and by the way he was speaking, it was because she was obviously pressuring him to go and see what's going on, right? Because she's a narcissist. She has to control everything, and she needs to know what's going on, right? And so in the morning he came, and we spoke, and I was like, so yeah, I'm just, you know, getting my stuff out of here, and I'm leaving, so it's fine. And he was like, can you speak to the owner? I'm like, no, she knows everything. I don't have anything to say to her, you know. And she's like, okay, well, you know. So this is like a very weird situation, to be honest, but it really shows how people are. First of all, you know, none of them asked if I'm okay. None of them asked if I need help. None of them showed any support. All of them are focused on like contracts, on whatever, and the landlord keeps sort of threatening me that my stuff will be thrown away, you know, by force, right? That's the only thing she's been telling me the whole time. And I'm like, you know, well, you know, fine, but it's like, if it's thrown out not by me, right, then all the gang stalkers will have to sort of answer, you know, and pay me back everything, every single thing. And, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, you know, people, like, what are they even thinking, you know? And, you know, the landlord, like, rejoicing, like, all of them, like, they were gang stalkers, right? I was gang stalked, and she was trying to whatever manipulate, but it's you know, it's ridiculous, but that's how it is, and that's how people are. And you know, the only reason I was able to pull this kind of situation off, and I know I'm speaking the truth, right? I have proof too, about the gang stalking and stuff, and they know. The biggest reason it's worked out this way, it's because they know they messed up. They know they were wrong, but they're still manipulating and pretending that, you know, nothing happened. And well, anyway, I need to get rid of these things anyway, because I'm in my different season in life, and so I can't bring my old stuff into the new season regardless, you know, so it doesn't matter. It's just stuff. But it really shows, you know, what people are like, and I don't know, I just hope that, you know, those who are listening, who are watching this video, are also kind of thinking, you know, about what's really important in life, you know. Is like contracts and money and whatever is more important to you than a human being, you know. It's an important thing to think about.